In the epic Mahabharata, many heroes and warriors grace the pages, but behind them stand powerful women whose courage and wisdom shape their destinies. Among these women is Kunti, the mother of the mighty Pandavas, whose life story is one of immense sacrifice and unwavering strength. Kunti, originally named Pritha, was born into the Yadava dynasty as the daughter of King Shurasena. The Yadavas were a powerful and influential clan, known for their prowess in warfare and devotion to Dharma. Pritha was raised in an environment steeped in royal tradition, where she was trained in the arts and scriptures. However, her life took a dramatic turn when she was still a child. King Kuntiboja, a close friend and ally of Shurasena, had no children of his own. Desiring an heir, and wishing to strengthen the bonds between their families, Shurasena offered his daughter Pritha to be adopted by Kuntiboja. This began a new chapter in Pritha's life, and from that moment on she was known as Kunti, the beloved daughter of Kuntiboja. From an early age, Kunti displayed qualities of intelligence and compassion. She was especially devoted to the sages and priests who visited the palace. It was during one such visit that Kunti's life would change forever. Sage Durvasa, known for his unpredictable temper and immense spiritual power, came to stay at King Kuntiboja's palace. While others feared the sage's wrath, Kunti served him with unwavering dedication and respect. Impressed by her devotion, Durvasa granted her a boon in the form of a sacred mantra. This mantra gave Kunti the ability to invoke any deity of her choice and receive a child blessed by that god. Kunti accepted the boon, unaware of the significant role it would play in her life and the lives of her future children. Curiosity led young Kunti to test the boon. She invoked Surya, the sun god, who blessed her with a son as radiant as himself. However, being unmarried, Kunti was filled with fear and shame. She placed the newborn in a basket and set him afloat in the river, never knowing that this child Karna would grow up to be one of the greatest warriors of his time. Time passed, and Kunti reached the age of marriage. Being a princess of great beauty, many princes and kings sought her hand in marriage. However, it was during her Swayamvara that she chose Pandu, the valiant king of Hastinapura, who would become her husband. But their happiness was short-lived. During a hunting expedition, Pandu was cursed by a sage, condemning him to die if he ever touched a woman again. Heartbroken, Pandu decided to renounce the throne and retreat to the forest with Kunti and Madri. It was then that Kunti revealed the secret of the mantra given to her by sage Durvasa. With Pandu's encouragement, Kunti invoked the mantra to call upon the gods to bless them with children, thus ensuring the continuation of the Kuru dynasty. She invoked the gods Dharma, Vayu, and Indra, and bore 3 sons, Yudhishthira, Bhima, and Arjuna, who would later become the Pandavas. She also shared the mantra with Madri, Pandu's second wife, who bore Nakula and Sahadeva. Tragedy struck when Pandu, in a moment of weakness, touched his wife and was immediately struck dead by the curse. After Pandu's death, Kunti returned to Hastinapura with her 5 sons. Kunti's arrival brought mixed reactions from the court, especially from the blind king Dhritarashtra and his ambitious wife Gandhari, whose sons, the Kauravas, were now rivals to the Pandavas for the throne. From the moment they set foot in Hastinapura, Pandavas faced hostility, especially from Duryodhana, the eldest of the Kauravas. Duryodhana's envy and fear of the Pandavas' growing popularity led him to hatch a sinister plot to eliminate them. He conspired to have Kunti and her sons stay in a palace made of lak, a highly flammable material, with the intent to burn them alive. But Kunti's wisdom and Bhima's strength turned the tables on the plot. Kunti and her sons were prepared. As the palace was set ablaze, they made their escape through a secret tunnel, leaving the Kauravas to believe they had perished in the fire. This marked the beginning of their lives in exile, where they would face trials and adventures that would shape them into the legendary figures they were destined to become. Their journey eventually led them to the kingdom of Panchala, where the beautiful Draupadi was holding her Swayamvara. Arjuna, disguised as a Brahmin, won the contest and Draupadi's hand in marriage. However, in a twist of fate, Kunti, unaware of the situation, instructed her sons to share whatever they had won, leading to Draupadi becoming the wife of all 5 Pandavas. After years of hardship and wandering, the Pandavas returned to Hastinapura. The Kuru elders, led by Bhishma and Vidura, negotiated a settlement that granted the Pandavas their own kingdom, Indraprastha. Jealous of the Pandavas, Duryodhana, with the help of his cunning uncle Shakuni, devised a plan to strip them of everything they had. He invited Yudhishthira to a game of dice. Yudhishthira, entrapped by the deceitful Shakuni, lost everything in the game. His kingdom, his brothers, and even himself were staked and lost. In a final desperate move, Yudhishthira staked Draupadi, the queen of the Pandavas, and lost her too. Draupadi, dragged into the court by Dushasana, was humiliated before the assembly. Draupadi called upon Lord Krishna, who miraculously saved her honor by providing her with an endless stream of garments. The Pandavas, humiliated and enraged, were forced into exile for 13 years. After years of exile, the Pandavas returned to Hastinapura, demanding their rightful share of the kingdom. However, Duryodhana's refusal to give them even a single village led to the inevitable war. The Kurukshetra War, the greatest and most devastating battle in Indian mythology, was about to begin. Kunti, torn between her love for all her sons, knew that this war would bring unimaginable loss. As the Kurukshetra War loomed, Kunti's past caught up with her. She revealed the truth to Karna, urging him to join his brothers, but Karna chose to remain loyal to Duryodhana. But he promised Kunti that he would only fight Arjuna and spare the lives of her other sons. As the war progressed, the bodies of great warriors, including Bhishma, Drona, and Karna, fell on the battlefield, staining the earth with their blood. After the war, the Pandavas emerged victorious, but the victory was bittersweet. Kunti's secret was finally revealed when they stood before Karna's lifeless body. The Pandavas were devastated to learn that the man they had fought and killed was their own brother. Kunti's grief was overwhelming. After the war, Kunti, along with Gandhari and Dhritarashtra, retired to the forest to live out the rest of their lives in penance. Her legacy lives on through the epic of the Mahabharata, reminding us of the silent strength that shapes the course of history.